Thank you, Tim, for the introduction. And everybody, welcome to our first ever Resova webinar. I am very excited to have the privilege to talk to you guys about all the new features that were recently released that we've been hard at work on since the acquisition, as well as give you a small sneak peek into our upcoming features that you'll see coming down the pipe and released to your platforms very, very soon. Without further ado, let's dive in. So when our team is looking at which features, let me move my little head over here, which features to release, we look at three main pillars to make sure that each feature will bring the most value and will have the most impact on your business, positive impact. So these are the pillars we look at. One, will this feature help increase your revenue? Two, will this feature help better and increase your operational efficiency? And last but definitely not least, can this feature help you better the guest experience at your location? If a feature fulfills one, two, or even all three of these pillars, we know they're going to bring you guys a lot of value, and those are the ones we want to go after. So let's dive into our list of features so you can see where we put our focus. When you look at this list, and I'm going to go into each more details in a little bit, but really quick overview of this list, you can see again with our pillars at the top that all of these new features fulfill two, if not three, all three of our most important pillars. Very excited about this one. This list was worked on extremely hard by our team, making sure we can provide you guys with the maximum impact on the business. Let's dive into our very first one, which is our item extras icon on the time slots. I'm sorry, I feel I'm going to move my little head the entire time, but that's okay. So we wanted to give you guys a little bit more visibility into each booking and which ones were going to require a little bit more time and attention. By adding an item extras icon on the booking slots within the calendar on Resova, we are giving your team the chance to strengthen your preparation ahead of bookings, knowing from one glance which ones are going to require or have item extras attached to them, which ones were prepaid, which one were just added. That way you can decrease the on-site check-in time for the guest, knowing that they'll be coming in and that the bookings is already been prepared for because we could see which ones had item extras required, thus bettering your guest experience. Let me show you what that looks like in action. Over here, you'll have your calendar. From a very quick glance, there you go. You know that this booking, unlike the other ones, have some item extras attached to them. Really quickly, let me show you that again. Beautiful item extras. There you go. These were purchased, helps you and your team prepare for bookings a little bit easier, thus bettering your guest experience. Up next, we have a brand new date of birth default field. This is within the customer settings portion, giving you the chance to either have that field be optional or even required for your guests to fill out when doing their profile or doing their bookings, so that you have the ability to secure some additional information about the participating guests that are coming into your facility, thus gathering more accurate data about the true demographic that is coming in to your facility. And from there, you'll have the opportunity to then create more specific and targeted special promotions to be able to then increase retention. This will help you guys drive more revenue and customer satisfaction, and in a way that just comes from a simple field. Very excited about this one. Let me show you it in action. Like I said, you'll be able to access this under the customer settings tab right there. And now you can have do not ask optional or required for their date of birth, giving you a better look and a better understanding of the demographics coming into your facility. Very excited about this one. Up next, a beautiful change to our integration with MailChimp. overlooking our integration, I think our MailChimp integration is one of the most used by all of our customers. This makes sense. You're gathering very valuable data from the booking process as well as from the waivers that are signed by your guests. And you want to make sure that all of that data doesn't go to waste. You can use it to retarget with promotions and ads and anything that you would like to your guests, existing guests, through the MailChimp integration. So we wanted to deepen that integration for you guys, adding even more fields that you can import and utilize within MailChimp so that you can truly get the most value out of the data you collect from your guests. This will help you create more personalized email campaigns, thus driving higher customer retention. Again, why did we build this and why did we change the integration? So you guys could have increased operational efficiency, revenue, and a better guest experience for your guests, knowing that this facility knows them very, very well and will provide them with amazing discounts through a MailChimp campaign. Up next, our private, let me move my little head over here. Up next, we have private ticket categories. This was a very big deal for us. A lot of our customers really enjoy having different ticket categories, whether they be for kids, adult pricing, or for critical personnel, or any types of additional promotions that are going to be done. We want to give you and your staff more control over the ticket categories that you offer your guests, even more than you already have. We want to give you the ability to hide different ticket categories on specific items should you choose to do so, thus having more control over your operations and the revenue that is coming in across your business. Let me show you this in action as well. You'll be able to go into your inventory, into each additional item, and then make some decisions about which tickets and which pricing you have, giving you the ability to, as you'd like, hide or make public different ticket categories. Very cool one. Very excited about this one as well. Up next, this is gonna be huge. Our customer review channels for follow-ups. This hits the trifecta, right? This will help you guys increase revenue, operational efficiency, and overall the guest experience. Say I come into your facility and I have an absolutely amazing time. And why wouldn't I? We know all of the facilities for our customers are amazing. But if I have an amazing time, as I'm leaving the facility or as I'm checking out or I'm getting my confirmation email or my thank you email, I should have a very quick and accessible way for me to leave a beautiful review. I had an amazing time. Now's the time to ask me for feedback. You know I loved it. So word of mouth, because it's word of mouth is so critical within the industry, we wanted to give you the opportunity to push and ask your guests to leave an amazing review very quickly and easily on their experience. We want your guests to work for you, give you free marketing content by leaving a quick review that takes them no time, because we're adding some very accessible buttons. Let me show you this in action. Again, we're over here, and within the follow-up emails, within the emails and messaging portal, you'll now be able to add any URLs for Google, Facebook, Yelp, anything that you'd like to be able to add the specific links to your specific pages at the bottom of emails. So when you let me show you a preview of the emails. You can now very easily, the guests can click on each icon and leave a beautiful review. How excited are we about this one? I know I said I'm excited about all of them, but I truly am. Up next, we have our private experience upsell. Whoop, let me travel all the way over here. Our private experience upsell is one of the biggest features that we'll be releasing this round. Let me explain why. With the changes that happened over the past couple of years within the industry, within the service industry, the guest experience, We know that it's been a challenge sometimes balancing between private and public bookings, knowing that with the public bookings, there comes a little bit of opportunities, whether it is someone not being comfortable with other people being in their facility, maybe a mismatch between the groups that are there. But then again, on the flip side, we have private experiences that sometimes don't always fulfill the revenue quota or the expected guest number that would be in that facility that day. So, to make sure we can close the gap between the revenue of public and private experiences, we wanted to give you and your team and your guests the opportunity to pay extra to have a private experience. We get the best of both worlds. You can have a public setup. You can have your guests choose, do you want to be mixed with the public or do you want it to be private? And if they choose to be private, they can pay extra so that you don't miss out on any potential revenue and your guests are excited and happy about the experience they're getting, knowing that they're fully in control of their booking. Huge, huge, huge deal for us, wanting to make sure we can increase your revenue and better your guest experience. Let me show you this in action. Over here, you'll be able to see the admin perspective of adding this private upsell experience. And then right afterwards, I'm going to show you the guest experience and what the guests will see. So when you're going into your settings for each item, looking at the capacity and the pricing, you can now fill out this small portion of the settings tab and giving you guys a private experience. You can increase the pricing with a set pricing, with a total amount. You want to add in addition to the ticket pricing. You want to make it a percentage of the ticket pricing. However you want to change up and look at the pricing tab, you can make a decision that's going to be best for your business. And from there, as soon as it's live, as a guest going through the booking and looking and choosing their experience, they'll be able to select their time slot as they do. They'll see how many adults they have, but now they can add a set amount based on whatever you guys decide in the bookings, and they can upgrade to a private experience. Amazing. Beautiful. Now you have the subtotal, you have everything ready to go on the end. Your guests have a lot more control over their bookings, knowing for sure they're going to be private or they could be public, and you securing more revenue to close that gap again between public, the revenue of public and private experiences. This is going to be huge. Next, and this is going to be a big one. I know I said I was excited about all of our features, but this one is truly amazing. So, as Club Speed is we're a PayFac, we're processing payments for over 2,000 companies at this point. We wanted to make sure we could give all of the Resova customers a chance for a better experience when it came to online as well as in-person payments. We are still working with all of the payment providers that we have on the platform, but by adding Resova Pay, which is our now integrated payment solution, we're able to bring you guys with some amazing new features and amazing new tools to truly increase your revenue, increase your operational efficiency, and you guessed it, better your guest experience. So now we have a product that we can control. We have low rates by having so many customers under our umbrella. We can offer you guys some really low rates, and we can now have more control over the features for each payments, such as with Resova Pay, you'll now be able to secure bookings by authorizing a card and only charging it at a later time once the experience is done, once the guests come in the facility, up to you. Well, finally, and this is going to be massive because we've had so much customer feedback and requests for this, it'll be an integrated POS feature. including card payment transactions available through Clover devices, specifically built based on your account for your profile. Huge. We'll have 24/7 support and dispute management, no longer having to call a 1-800 number, no longer being lost in a big sea with some of the massive payment processing companies. You now have a dedicated contact within our team to help you pull reports, dispute some chargebacks, and just give you guys support 24/7, all based out of Irvine, California. We love it. Coming soon, hugely requested feature. Resova Pay will let you and let your guests split payments amongst their group. I'll say that again. This was so requested. This is going to be huge for us and for you. Resova Pay will let your guests fulfill their portion of the payments and then share the remainder of the bill across their group so that each individual can pay their portion easily through the payment portal. No more are you guys not able to secure some pretty large bookings because the cost is a little bit too much. If your demographic is a little bit younger, it's always a little bit of a struggle to be able to secure something for, a larger group. So this will truly help and revolutionize how payments are going to be able to take and how you're going to be able to take payments both in person and online. Resova Pay, that's the next big thing. Very excited to be able to release this, and our team is available to help you migrate, to help you compare the payment provider you're already using now to Resova Pay and seeing how we can merge the gap and help you onboard onto now Resova Pay, which all of these features described are going to be readily available, and we have a lot more coming soon thanks to Resova Pay. Huge. Up next, lastly, I want to chat a little bit about our upcoming features and what to expect from Resova over the next couple of weeks and next couple of months. As you can tell, it's been a very busy 2022. We can't wait for the future. And this girl also is very excited. She's just as loud as me, except I don't need a megaphone. Very excited. Let's dive in. The first is making the changes and the proper changes to Google Analytics 4, making sure we have our cross-domain tracking and conversion enhancements that are going to be live. Since there are making some changes to Google Analytics, we will have that ready to be installed, and we can help you enable it as soon as needed. This is going to be very, very nice, making sure that we are always in compliance and always bettering our efficiency according to Google Analytics. Up next, we have our activate call to book when maximum group quantity is set. So this was pretty requested for our customers that do a lot of larger bookings, maybe a lot of corporate bookings. This is a button, as you can see, and let me replay that video. When you activate the call to book and you set the maximum capacity, when guests are going through the booking, as you'll see now, they're selecting the time slot, the activity, and they're going all the way up to the capacity for that booking. There you go. Right away, the call to book button is popping up, making sure that if at any point customers are trying to book an experience that they're over capacity for, you are not missing out on that group event. You can now prompt them to reach out to you and work together for a customized pricing, a custom experience booking, whatever it may be. But we don't want you missing out on any groups, especially larger groups that could then bring on more revenue. Exactly. Great feature. Excited for this one to come out. Lastly, this is a big one. This isn't as interactive as all of our other videos, but I don't think it needs to be. Such a highly requested view for the booking site. The grid list with specific times. So this is as well, just a sample. This is coming very, very soon. So get excited. But you'll be able to see again the resource, the item, which experience they're looking into with the proper name and the proper description, as well as selecting their times with availability based on a grid view. Beautiful. I hope you guys are very pumped for all of these new features coming out. I know I am. So, looking at the very last thing I will show you is our new calendar time slots with Popover. Again, visibility is key when we want to push for increased operational efficiency, a better understanding of your customers, making sure that you're increasing revenue by always having a good understanding of the bookings so that when people are coming in, reduce check-in time, better customer satisfaction, moving people through the front desk much faster than previous. Let me show you that video again. Hover over a calendar, click over it, and a beautiful overview pops up of everything and all the details that you need for that reservation. Amazing. Woo! I hope you guys did as excited as I am about all of these new features. Our team, our development team, both on the Resova side, on the ClubSpeed side, now one big company since the acquisition, has been hard at work figuring out which new features would be best released, new upcoming features would be best to work on. We're very excited to be able to show you guys all of this. The potential next steps I wanted to cover. Now that you've heard of this amazing list, what can you do? I want to encourage everybody as needed. If there's anything we can do to help you enable a new feature, discuss a new feature, take a deep dive into your account, seeing what else we can help with, please reach out to our team, book a demo with our sales team, submit a ticket to your support team, whatever it may be, reach out to us. We want to help. We know there's a lot of changes coming up, all amazing changes, of course, but we are here to support you and to help you implement those changes. Lastly, if there's anything that we can do to dive deeper into Resova Pay, help you onboard with the Resova Pay, or compare and contrast Resova Pay with whatever payment provider you're currently using, so we can show you all of the added benefits, again, reach out, whether it be through your online platform, by email to our team, and we'll get on a call with you and help you figure everything out to make sure you are set for success in accepting new payments and providing your guests with the best experience. Everybody, thank you so much again for joining us for this webinar. Thank you. Let me move my little head over here just so you can see our beautiful thank you. But now we'll open it up for questions.